Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And got a good one for you today. Walking on the boardwalk in Huntington Beach. The weather's perfect, but there's so much to cover today because people really regret doing something. We're going to cover it today extensively. And before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Plus, if you guys are on the email list, check your spam filter because we just emailed out all the winners for Christmas in May, and people are getting their their prize notifications. Kind of cool. So, lots of good prizes. Thank you for everybody for entering. Thank you for everybody that donated stuff. But let's get into it, guys. First things first. Electric cars right now, so many people have bought electric cars, and you're starting to see cracks in the armor, but you're not seeing it here. You're starting to see it in the UK, and people are reporting it there over here. And what I mean by that is people are talking about the regrets of buying an electric vehicle. People are regretting this decision. And how long does it take to get your money back from an electric vehicle? How about this? Did you ever think in your lifetime that you would buy a $48,000 car? No, Dan, I never thought about that. Okay, well, that's the average price of a new car right now is 48 grand. There are no starter vehicles. There are no, low-end cars. The average price of a car is $47,681. Okay? The average price for an EV car is $65,000. So it's crazy. So $65,000 for a vehicle. Who thought that they would ever pay 65 grand for a vehicle? Now, there are people out there that are going to go, Dan, I just paid $188,000 for my car. Here's one thing that's funny. We had so many people that paid over sticker for Suburbans and trucks and things like that over the course of the last 3 years that now that they're regretting this tremendously because you're seeing so many of these cars that the manufacturers have that they're auctioning off right now. And the problem with that is that they cannot sell them. And they're not moving off the dealers' lots right now. And you can only discount it so much. And these dealers have to pay the flooring costs and everything that they have with the vehicle. It's ridiculous here in the United States how you can get a vehicle shipped to a dealership and they list that as sold. By the way, they got a ton of cops down here, if you just notice that, and it's just their presence. There's nothing going on. So the thing that's interesting about this is that it creates a problem, but they say that it takes 10 years for you to recoup your investment on an electric vehicle. Okay, guys? Electric vehicles don't last that long. So for us to sit there and say it takes only 10 years to get your money back, how is that? How is that mathematically feasible for you to buy an electric car? I don't get it. I really don't. And, people, oh, Dan, I'm saving the environment. I'm saving the world. What happens when the batteries go bad? Oh, Dan, you're a naysayer. You're talking, negativity. It's terrible. The batteries are great. Everything's going to be better than it was years ago, which leads me to Toyota. Toyota just steps forward and says, listen, we have developed a brand new battery that is going to make the efficiency go up almost 50% more. So why would you buy a vehicle today when in 2026 they're going to have these new batteries that are going to be rolled out and it's going to make your car go twice as far? Okay, well, Dan, with technology, things get better and it takes time and you've got to pay for this now and use it now over, waiting. So who wants to wait, guys? Seriously, who wants to wait? People's patience are zero. People don't want to admit that. But I'm going to park it just for a minute here so I don't get ran over. The funny thing that we're seeing is that all these people are spending all this money on electric vehicles. And, just expensive. The different charging systems that are added to the Tesla network are only going to add to your charging time. What is your time worth? Nothing? Oh, I'm saving money, Dan, by having this. Are you really? When it's $20,000 more than a new car, that's what the average electric vehicle sells for. And now you're being told that the 372-mile range is only good, for some vehicles, and it does take a considerable amount of time to charge those cars. Now, the other thing is the robo taxis. Here's something that when I went down this rabbit hole of the electric vehicles and the charging and how people are just upset. So many people have bought these cars, and the stories out of the UK, and you can read it below, that regret the purchase of the electric vehicle. They can't stand it because it's not what they thought it was going to be. It's too much of a headache. When you have an emergency or a spur of the moment and you're charging, you can't get there. And nobody sits there and wants to admit that. Well, how often does that happen? It happens often enough that you need to be someplace. And I think about my life in the last week and the stuff that's come up. Hey, can you be at that meeting in San Diego in 2 hours? Yeah, I can do that, guys. Okay. Oh, wait a second. I'm charging my car and I'm only going to be at 40%. Can you make it 4 hours? No, he's going to hop on a plane. Meet us now. So that's what we're experiencing right now. So anyways, people regret this. Here in California, which I couldn't figure out why this is happening here in California, but all the tech companies out there are doing the driverless cars. San Francisco is so sick of the driverless cars that they are doing things to rebel against this. Okay, there was a dog killed in the last week that was ran over by one of those robo-taxis. And what people have done since then is stood in the way of these electric cars, these robo-taxis that are driving with no driver, and they just shut up. They don't move. So they're also saying that if you were in one of those robo-taxis and people confronted it and got in front of it, they wouldn't take off. They would just sit there and you'd be a sitting duck if you wanted to get robbed in one of those robo-taxis. That's the other thing. Plus, to thwart the robo-taxi from moving, they're putting cones on the hood of the car. So you put a cone in the hood of the car, and the car doesn't move. Now, Waymo is Google's self-driving company that's competing with everybody else. And Google right now is having these things all over the Bay Area. Think about this, there are 200 of these robo-taxis that are constantly driving around. You can hire some of these too, where you can sit there and use an app, and you can have a driverless person drive you around. Does that interest you to do that? Because I'm not sold yet on that. Now, there's been accidents. Hasn't been any deaths this year. That's what the article says. But this is crazy technology. But here's where I'm thinking, how did this get approved? And it took a story out of the UK talking about California. Because of all the tech companies here, they got it approved through our Department of Motor Vehicles, which is insane, guys. Imagine the most inefficient organization on the planet Earth. That's our DMV. And the DMV, to allow these people to have driverless cars without the safety features, without any regulatory issues, is nuts. So there's not, some government bureaucrat that's checking on this every day. These guys are just going out and having these driverless cars. Hey, how are you?
I want to say hi.
Oh, hey, how are you, man?
I see your channel. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. What's your name?
Tom.
Tom. Hey, Tom. Pleasure to meet you.
I saw you.
Oh, thanks, man. Have a great day.
Yeah,
So, with the driverless taxis, the problem with this is how dangerous it is right now. And you guys go do this, okay? But think about this. There is going to be an anticipated 4,000 more of these driverless cars in the next couple of years. Who's signing up for this, guys? Who's doing this? But once again, here in California, it takes wackadoo California for them to do this. Because here's what's happening, and the reason why this story came out, because the regret of people buying EV cars is going to the UK. Starting this week in the UK, they're going to have the driverless cars in the UK. So you're going to have this test starting this week. So when you watch this video, you're going to start to have these cars out there that are doing this. It's nuts, guys. So share your thoughts on this stuff, guys. PetSmart, they got fined $1.4 million for overcharging people. Now here's the thing. I hate having to shop and, be the cop when I go to a store. And what I mean by that is, oh, this is $9.99. You go to the register and you have to check to make sure it's $9.99, not $12.99. Well, PetSmart got nailed for that, for multiple products, and got fined a substantial amount of money for this. So with that, PetSmart got fined, and they got, nailed for that. So share your thoughts on all this stuff so far to this point. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. The central banks are going to roll out a digital dollar, and we have to be worried about this. You need a safe haven investment. You need to call the good people at Patriot Gold today and get yourself an IRA or 401k that's backed by physical metals. Call them at 888-330-1431 and get a free investor guide. When you look at everything that's happening with the stock market and the instability of the bond market, you need to get into something that has stood the test of time, and that is precious metals. So call them today, guys. Do it now before it's too late. All the big banks, you've heard me talk about this before, they all say that gold could hit a super cycle and could spike to over $3,000 an ounce. You don't want to miss this. So call them today, 888-330-1431, and find out how you can get a no-fee-for-life IRA or 401k. Let them know that I allegedly sent you, and contact them today or use the link below. When I started researching these Robo cars, man, I got myself into some great stories. There was a meth den that exploded and had a fire, and the police were trying to keep people at bay, and the Robo car pulled up and was like inching forward, and the cops were like, hey, stay, like it's a dog. And guess what? The dog didn't listen, and the Robo car drove into the fire. Okay, that's one thing that was fantastic. And then another one, a Robo car was being followed by the cops and got pulled over by the cops. And the cops, go to approach the car, and the Robo car takes off, made a run for it, which is fantastic. And then, they had one last week that ran into the back of a bus. Okay, well, this is significant, and we're going to take this seriously because we need to get programmers out there and find out what happened. Well, once again, when it kills somebody, that's when we're going to figure this out. But again, there's no regulatory board overlooking these cars right now. They just have a blank canvas to do what they want and report the data to our DMV, okay? Which is insane, guys. So that's what we're dealing with here in California. And you run the risk that these cars are out here. And man, the stories, read below because they're fantastic. I mean, just the cars that inch forward, that don't listen, and then, the activists that are trying to stop these things carry cones. They bought a bunch of cones and put cones on those driverless cars when they see them, and it confuses the car to where it can't move. Now they're worried about theft, and they're worried about people going after these people and robbing anybody that's paying to be inside those cars, because they have apps like an Uber app that you pay for, and you sit in that car and they will let you take you different places, and you can unlock the car, you can turn up the radio, change the radio station, turn on the air conditioning, lock the doors, unlock the doors, all this stuff with the app with no driver in the car. So can you say shoot? Hey, can you shoot those guys? Anyways, I'm kidding. But that's how preposterous it is. So people are upside down here in the United States, and it is anticipated that since January 1st, think about this number, that $108 billion in equity has been lost. And if we lose another 5% of home value from where we're at right now, you will see 200,000 Americans upside down in their real estate purchases that they've made recently. Now, because of all the incentive financing, 3% down, will pay your closing costs, things like that. People are buying these houses and they're losing money right now. Oh, really? Okay. The other thing is foreclosures. You're seeing a huge problem with foreclosures that are on the rise. They're jumping. They were up a year ago. They're higher now. Great story below about how the foreclosures are completely upside down. So I just wanted to come out here, see this beautiful day, do a quick video for you guys. But man, oh man, is it great. You're seeing all these different things happen with the economy that you have to just, shake your head at and just say it doesn't make sense. These driverless cars, though, are nuts. The fact that people are buying EV cars now and they're like, I regret this. And here's the thing that they're not reporting. How many people said that they would never buy an EV car again? It's almost approaching 25%. That's a huge number, guys. It's a huge, huge number right now. So Tesla will be the winner because people will be using Tesla's programs to charge their cars, and they're going to be the ones that are going to make money. It won't be Ford, it won't be GM, it won't be Mercedes, that's for sure. But just the beginning of this. Final story just in this quick video today for you guys. Prince Harry says he's sick of Meghan Markle's Hollywood. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's sick of not being part of royalty. Imagine being spoon-fed, the spoon-fed bedwetter that guy was, and everything that he got given as a royal, and then you meet Yoko, and you're no longer a royal. And then you go to your father's coronation. How many of you guys have a father who's a king? Just do me a favor, write me and let me know. Because my dad wasn't, okay? Okay? Anyways, there's one, okay? Couple, maybe 5 out there in the whole world. But Prince Harry kind of blew that one. And now he's saying how he may turn his back on Hollywood right now. Just a matter of time. Okay, just a matter of time. And the people in the UK either agree with me or they're just like, you're so mean to him. It's terrible. He wanted a break from this. No, this is insane. What he did was lunacy. Okay? So, mark my words, guys. They'll be divorced and he'll be back, hanging out. Okay? Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe. If I didn't say I have a good one for you today, I did have a good one for you today. And also, thank you, everybody that's signed up for Christmas in May. And lots of great prizes. We're going to start mailing those out this week. And onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon.